Ryan here with the last week of June programming. We've got our announcements here, same you've seen since last week. This Thursday, though, is it. Your chance to volunteer at Project Grows. Can't wait to see you guys out there. Hang around and have some dinner with us, and make sure you RSVP if you're sticking around for that dinner. We've still got opportunity to sign up for those free nutrition sessions. We're getting a lot of people getting into some personalized, extended one-on-one nutrition coaching here, and they're loving it. We've seen the announcement now about the Commitment Club. Those of you that are coming 10 times a month, we want to reward you for hitting those goals. And so your name is automatically put in a drawing to win a free canister of Driven Post-WOD. Not just whey, but Post-WOD. Good stuff for recovery there. And then always check out our members tab on our websites, 3xf.fitness and 3xfstanton.fitness, to check out the InBody schedule and to sign up your guests to use your monthly guest pass for those that have 10 times a month or more memberships. All right, getting into this week for the workouts. So we've got a couple of technical days to start the week here. Monday is starting with the opportunity for push jerk. So if you're not comfortable with push jerk, you'll stay with the push press, though for some people it comes very naturally to the push jerk. It's kind of a natural extension of trying to get weight over your head and finding the easiest way to do that. So you'll use that in your strength portion to be able to work on that, and then you'll use the push press in your workout as well, a 15-minute AMRAP. Starts with some rowing as a buy-in, but you get a little more rest before you get into this ascending rep scheme. Push press and jumping pull-ups are going to tax the upper body, and then you've got air squats to balance out that lower body with this. And I'm sure your legs may still be a little tired after that 1,000-meter row cash in there. After that, we'll give you plenty of cool down with some mobility for the cool down. And then the skill acceleration will be kipping, because we won't have a whole lot of time since we're covering those push presses and push jerks in class to go into detail and pull-ups. But stick around if you want to figure out what those are. For those of you in our Back to Basics boot camp coming into class, this is a chance to really get introduced to some fun concepts. We'll have lots of scaling opportunities for you with this. So in CVC, this is our final week of the commitment month. We will actually do our commitment test at the end of this week. So with that, you lift heavy with some squats there in that CVC class. So we're going to kind of save the legs for the most part until that Saturday when we test. So most of the work will be kind of talking about shoulder stability and kind of upper body endurance through most of this week, with just some strategic times to go heavy on your legs. So it starts with a commitment workout that's very interesting. It's going to be lots of heavy breathing with the forward back pedal or bike, depending if you're in Stanton or Fishersville, saber tooth, and slam ball. So kind of some interesting combination of movements, not your classic push-up, deadlift, pull type of opportunities. It's got some unique movements in it. Should be fun. Tuesday, we're going to spend some time going over some concepts that are universal to everybody, and then we'll let you kind of work on those concepts and start to take them to more advanced or experienced levels if you have that experience with them. So everybody will be taught the hang power clean, and then if you're comfortable with the snatch, you'll have an opportunity to do that. And so we have this lifting complex that is not really an opportunity to go heavy. It's not more of an opportunity to make sure you understand the differences between these movements, and then figure out what weight you're going to use when you get to the actual workout, which will include some type of snatch, and it could be just with the dumbbell, some type of clean or kettlebell swing, and then some type of deadlift as well. You'll see this looks pretty complicated, but you have plenty of rest built into this. So this, in the end, is going to be about a 17 or 18-minute workout, but you only work for about 12 minutes during this. So there's plenty of time to make sure you're using the right weights, get some rest in here, make sure you're staying efficient with those jump ropes. So this one, again, lots of good concepts and good way to figure out what's the right scaling option for you for that day. And then extra credit, still some more mobility. And then if you want to learn that higher level concept, we've got the snatch there, and we take you through a couple different options there on how to get started with the snatch. For our confidence workout in CVC that day, this is a pretty balanced day with some rowing and box jumps to kind of get the legs fatigued, and then upper body stability with that plate walk, and then the renegade burpee, as well. Wednesday, we've got a chipper in CrossFit. So you see 30-minute time cap. That should give you an indication this is going to be mostly cardio. You don't want to sprint through any of this. You're just going to take your time and make sure you keep trudging through this, and eventually you'll get done with it. And then after that, we will actually then have a finisher for you where you're not breathing very hard, but it's going to work on that grip strength and core strength as well. And that Wednesday extra credit is a great day. It is nothing but stretching afterwards. So you're going to get plenty of work in class, and then the extra credit will just be making sure we're cooling down properly, opening up those hips, and stretching out those legs. For our Hump Day HIIT class in Stanton, we've got another functional bodybuilding day. Very popular. People like these. So 90 seconds at these 4 different movements, but it's not necessarily always the same amount of work or same amount of rest, depending on the movement you get to. So you go around the room 4 rounds of this, which gives you an opportunity to start conservatively and then start to ramp up as you get comfortable with this, especially with the weight. Kettlebell power row, it's a chance to, again, start conservatively and then maybe start to lift some heavy kettlebells that day. It's 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other, and 30 seconds of rest. And then that will move you into the next movement, dumbbell rack reverse lunges. If you get comfortable with that, you're going to go heavier. And then once you've got your 8 done, that's 4 on each side, you drop the dumbbells and you keep those legs moving until the 60-second mark, which will then give you 30 seconds of rest again before you get to our ski ergs. You'll do a 45-second sprint on that, which will give you 45 seconds of rest afterwards, kind of get that heart rate moving. And then 2 ring crunches or some type of mountain climber, 20 seconds of ring crunches, 20 seconds of rest, 20 seconds of ring crunches, and then you get 30 seconds before you start the next round. And this is where you can start to ramp up then. So Thursday, we're getting right to it, no strength that day, which gives us plenty of time to teach a little bit of mechanics on the pull-up bars. So some type of sit-up, hanging knee raise, or toes to bar. Lots of practice with that to make you feel comfortable with it. And then you'll get into the workout, which will be a 21-15-9, kind of a classic rep scheme for us, which means you do 21 of something. So this will be 21 to those knees to elbows, 21 box jumps, and then a 400-meter run. And then you do 15-15, a 400-meter run, and 9-9, a 400-meter run. So as you start to, if you start out with this workout, it's a little bit slower as you got to break up those larger sets of 21. And then as you get closer to that set of 9, it becomes a little bit more continuous movement there, more aerobically demanding. And that's kind of the design of the workout. And afterwards, we've got an 8-minute finisher for you to kind of work on shoulder stability as well and core strength. And we also have some extra credit for you to work on those vanity muscles, those big biceps. For Thursday's CVC class, we've got a confidence workout. Again, one is going to focus on that upper body endurance and mobility with the kettlebell windmills and the farmer's carries and the jump ropes. The rowing and the jump ropes there will definitely get the heart rate going on this confidence interval. So you got to really pace yourself here. Friday, we are front squatting. So getting to the basics, just squatting there, and a chance to squat heavy for those that are comfortable with it. And then after you squat heavy, you get to squat a lot in our 15-minute AMRAP of front squats and burpee pull-ups or bodybuilders and jumping pull-ups there. And just kind of constant movement there. Very balanced workout that day. The extra credit will just be a kind of 3-minute row to cool down, and then some mobility there to get stretched out and cool down. Our vitality workout that day is one you're going to have to pace yourself on. There's a lot of movement here between the ladders, this dumbbell snatch, and the burpee push-up climb. But if you start conservatively, you can make your way through this. And then a chance to kind of put some weight on when to hold some weight while you're doing the Bulgarian split squat. But if you're going to be testing on Saturday, you might want to dial that back just a little bit. So getting into Saturday for our lift class, we've got floor press, a crowd favorite there. Supersetted with, we got push-ups, supersetted with sissy squats after that. So the push-ups will continue to work that upper body after the floor press. The sissy squats will just give you a little break from that upper body, but work on those quads, the fronts of your legs, and then finish with Arnold press and crush curls for the upper body, and then a core cash out. The 9 o'clock CrossFit classes are level method testing, group 2 testing, deadlift, upper body push, and then some version of Diane there. Chance to level up or get on the mat for the first time. If you've done the Tabata push-up test, which you should do essentially before you do that press test, you've known that that Tabata push-up test is pretty challenging and it can affect your score on the Diane test. So if you've done the Tabata push-up test and you want to move on, this is a good day to come back and do that. All right, our commitment test, the least amount of work you're ever going to do in a class probably, but one of the most challenging workouts. So it's only 20 seconds of each of these 4 movements for 5 efforts with a full 40 minutes of rest in between, 40 seconds of rest in between, which means you're only doing 100 seconds of work, but it is very demanding work. We've done this before in the past. You should have something scored for it on the last week. What is this? June. So I think the last week of March, you'll have scores for this. We've changed this up a little bit. You see the burn factors are a little bit higher for our push, press, and our deadlift because we're going to use a different concept when it comes to that burn factor, when it comes to those very strictly just weightlifting movements. Obviously, it's very easy to get to a 10 on that shuttle run when it comes to your breathing. You don't really get to a 10 in breathing when it comes to push press, but if you think of a 9 out of 10 as being feeling like you've got no more reps or only possibly one more rep after 20 seconds of work, that's what we want you to feel like by the time you're done with that 20 seconds of work. All right. I think that's everything. Let me know if you have any questions. Can't wait to see you guys this week. Thanks.